is high up in the sky in my car.
We're here today, second day here at the campground with Uncle Sean, who is a renowned and world-famous deer hunter. He went out and he got a couple of bucks this morning, took them down with his bare teeth. Yes, and we had some venison this morning. He skinned it, hung the carcass and salted it within 27 minutes. This guy is actually incredible. To see him work, it just makes the mind boggle. What were your comments on the kill this morning?
Well, actually, Scott, to be very honest with you, my feelings are that it's like many things in human existence, where the first few times you do it, there is a rather steep learning curve, but practice makes perfect, as they say, and after you've skinned and cured several deers over a period of, say, 22, 23 years, it actually becomes second nature, and it really is surprisingly easy. Like, I know some people watching this might find that hard to believe, but actually, after you've been doing it a while, skinning the carcass, preparing the carcass, gutting the internal organs is actually surprisingly easy. And in my opinion, and I could be wrong here, this is very, very arguable, but in my opinion, it all goes down to your knife. And if you've got a decent, half-decent Bowie knife, I really do feel that anybody could do it.
But you didn't have a knife today.
Today was a little bit of an exceptional case for me. Okay. Today I was working sort of with reduced accessories.
What did you actually use again to hunt them down?
I used a 5-inch Victorinox Swiss Army knife.
Okay. And so you had to stab the deer at least, what, several hundred times?
Well, basically I go straight for the jugular, Scott, so it was just one very clean, almost surgical incision.
And that takes it straight out?
Exactly, no pain, because I believe in, preventing cruelty to animals.
Yeah.
And I want to do the most moral, ethical kill that I possibly can.
And I also noticed that when you were going out to hunt, you were obviously in your camouflage gear at that stage, you had your iPod on.
Yeah.
And someone said you listened to specific music during the hunting process. What music were you listening this morning?
Well, that's true, Scott. Very observative of you to have noticed that, and very perceptive. Basically, it's a high adrenaline pursuit when you're tracking down a stag, or in this case, a small buck. Normally I go for larger stags, and because it is a sort of a high adrenaline pursuit, I tend to listen to high energy, actually quite aggressive music. I listen to some death metal by a band called Morbid Angel. I find Morbid Angel music sets the stage perfectly for taking down a large stag with a minimum of fuss and a minimum of muss.
So if you were going to recommend a song, one title of their large repertoire, I'm sure that they have. Which song would you recommend?
Well, I mean, for me, I've always, maybe it's just my own personal taste, I've always had great luck deer hunting, listening to a song by Morbid Angel called Lick My Love Pump.
Lick My Love Pump.
That's
okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, enough about this song then. And the other amazing thing I saw, when you were dragging the small buck, which weighed maybe 150 kilogram, when you were dragging it back through this forest over here, you crossed the river, but you were pulling it with your teeth, which is a technique you were telling me that your grandfather showed you when you were a small boy. Is that
back in Canada? Yeah, my grandfather, he was big into bush survival and wilderness survival in the Canadian bush. Basically, the use of one's teeth, specifically your two incisors, it allows you to have both hands free.
Okay.
And when you're deer hunting in the deep woods, especially the Canadian wilderness, there are major advantages to having both hands free.
Gotcha. All right, thanks for the interview, mate. I've learned, it's just been amazing.
Thank
Cheers.
you so much. Thank you so much. And I just want to end off today's interview with the simple comment that although it may look difficult to the untrained novice, with experience, it is surprisingly easy, and I don't want to make it sound like it's any more difficult than it is, because it really is surprisingly straightforward with a little bit of practice.
Okay, thanks, mate. Cheers.
Bye-bye.